Welcome, everyone. How's everyone doing on this wonderful Tuesday? I hope everyone had a safe and blessed holiday, Labor holiday weekend. In the comments, let me know what y'all done over the holiday weekend, and different things like that. But yes. Welcome, everyone. My name is Angelina Rito, aka Coach Rito. I am super excited to be here today. I am super excited to, be on the roll call today. Like I always say, he didn't wake us up because it was morning. He woke us up because he's not done with us yet. Okay. So yes, I am super excited. So like I said, down in the comments, let me know what you did over the Labor Day weekend, um, and all that good stuff. Yes, did y'all barbecue? Did you go out of town? Did y'all go to the lake? Let me know in the chat what you did over the holiday weekend. Okay. Um, just 1 minute. We're gonna get on the ball. Okay, so this week we are in week three, right? We are in week three. And week three is embracing faith and unexpected blessing. So this week we are talking about Elizabeth, right? Last week when I was going over, okay, and it's probably some connection problems, but we back live, okay. Like, oh my goodness, look at him. He trying it. He trying it today, y'all. I don't know what the problem is, but he is trying it. So last week we went over Rebecca, right? We talked about Rebecca. Um, And when we was talking about Rebecca and when we got ready to end the session and different things like that, I told you to go and look over Elizabeth, look over her background and, the different things that, maybe she was test with and different things like that with her faith and the different challenges she faced as well. So I told y'all to go and look over that and different things like that. So today we're going to be talking about Elizabeth embracing faith and unexpected blessings, right? Just by looking at the title, right? Just by the title. What do you think we're going to get? What do you think today's lesson is going to really be about, right? What you think that we're going to be talking about pertaining to Elizabeth, right? So yes, just let me know, the different things that, what you think that we're going to be talking about today, right? Embracing faith and unexpected blessings, right? That's that can be tough, right? Just talking about that, right, is embracing faith, right? Because some of us have trouble with embracing faith, right? Some of us is still like, I don't know, right? So, when we embrace faith, we don't know what comes behind it, right? You don't know what blessings come behind it. We know it's going to be a blessing, but we don't know what kind of blessing, what type of blessing, right? But one thing that I want to just really encourage everyone, before we just really get ready to dive in is, no matter what you're going through, don't allow anything to stop you or hinder you from moving forward or stop you from not believing or trusting in God, right? Um, we go through hard times, right? There's going to be times where our faith is going to be tested. There's going to be times when we might come up a little bit short, but we have to continue. We have to continue to keep moving. We have to continue to, have faith and trust and believe that God is with us and God, is always by our sides no matter what. And that's why, we're going over these 12 women of the Bible, even though there are more than 12 women of the Bible, okay? But we are going over these 12 women of the Bible because I want to show you that, even though their faith was tested, they still moved. They still moved. You know what I'm saying? No, like regardless of what they went through or what type of challenges they was faced with, they didn't allow that to stop them. They didn't allow that to hinder them, right? You know, they might have tested their faith. They might have thought, I don't know. But they kept believing. They kept trusting in God. You know, they didn't give up. They didn't allow the challenges that they were faced with to hinder them from moving forward in life. And that's why, you know, we're going over these 12 women because I want you to see how they faith were tested, the challenges that they went through. But yet they did not stop. They kept on moving. The train kept going. You know, even though what they went through, they kept moving. And that's what I want you to do. That's what I want each and every one of you to do today. Throughout this week, throughout life, no matter what you're going through, keep moving. Embrace faith. Because when you start embracing faith, unexpected blessings start coming. Unexpected blessings start raining down on you. But you got to embrace that faith. You got to keep that faith. Even though it's hard at times. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's hard, especially with the different challenges that each and every one of us go through daily. But again, we cannot allow those challenges stop us or hinder us from moving forward or for living our purpose, living for what God created us for. Because like I always say, he didn't wake us up because it's morning. He woke us up because he's not done with us yet. He's not done. And you have to see that. You have to believe that God is not done with you yet. So it's up to you to take that next step. It's up to you to put in that work. Because he did not, it's already there for you. It's there. Whatever he promised you, it is there. But it's something missing. And if it's something that is missing, it's because you're probably not putting in that work that you need to put in. You're allowing those distractions to distract you and blind you from his plan. When he's telling us to keep straight, we started turning left. We started turning right instead of keeping straight and being obedient to his word, following his instructions, understanding why he created you. If you pay attention and understand and put all your focus on God and why he created you, I'm telling you, yes, you're still going to be faced with challenges, but nothing is going to break you. Nothing's going to blindside you. Nothing is going to be able to stop you. Because you know that your faith is strong. You know that your trust and your belief in God is going to get you down farther than what you even expected. Open doors that you probably thought was impossible to even open. But you got to be willing to allow him to lead. You got to be willing to allow him to come in and direct your path. All right. All right, y'all. So again, hello. Welcome, everyone. My name is Arthur Angelina Rito, a.k.a. Coach Rito. Okay, we meet here. Speak to me. God, speak to me Tuesdays, 9 a.m. on Instagram and Facebook here live at 9 a.m. Central Time. So welcome, welcome, welcome again. Thank each and every one of you for coming on. Even after the live, if you're watching a replay, thank you for taking the time to even watch this replay. That's telling me that, you know, you need this encouragement, right? You need something to encourage you to keep embracing faith, you know, so you can start expecting those unexpected blessings, right? So thank you for coming on. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time out. If you're watching this video, this live, as it's through the whole video, then that means it's doing something. It's giving you some type of encouragement. So I would like for you to share this, like it, right? And comment and engage, right? If you have any questions, if you have any answers, if you have any words of encouragement, if you have any Bible scriptures that you would like to put in the chat, put it down in the chat, because let me tell you something, it can possibly help someone out there, regardless if you might feel like it's not. right? We want to be able to help one another. We want to be able to encourage one another. We want to be able to pick our sisters up when they're feeling down, pick our brothers up when they're feeling down, right? We don't want to kick them while they're down, right? We want to be able to motivate them. We want to be able to encourage them. We want to be able to inspire them to keep moving in life no matter what life throws at them, right? And that's why we're here, to encourage one another. That's why I'm here today and going through the 12 women of the Bible, because I want to encourage individuals to move forward, to continue to have faith in God. No matter what situations that you're going through, it's not going to last forever. Keep having faith, keep moving. Right now, some of us is scared. There's something that is going on. That is something that you're supposed to be doing right now, but it's something that's hindering you or stopping you from even doing it. And I want to show you how these 12 women, faith was tested and the challenges they went through and how they kept moving regardless of what they were going through. So today, we're going to be diving into Embracing Faith, Unexpected Blessings. This is a read, so we will be here. So just bear with me. These, what we're going through is Faith Within Her. I don't know if y'all can see it. There we go. It's clearing up. Faith Within Her, she's no longer bound. The 12 women of the Bible. Okay. Every week we'll be going over one of these ladies of the Bible. We'll be going over once a week. We're already in week 3. Last week we talked about. Let's put that up. Okay, so week 1 we talked about Esther, right? Go back and watch the live video of that. Esther was basically the new queen. She had to stand up for her people. She basically sacrificed her life because she could have been killed by going to the king without being summoned and different things like that. Week 2, which was last week, we talked about Rebecca, right? We went into a little background of Rebecca. Basically, week 1 for Esther, go and read the book of Esther, okay? It'll give you a whole background of Esther and, how she became queen and, give you a better picture, a broader picture of what she actually went through and different things like that, okay? But go back and watch the live video for week 1 for Esther if you haven't watched that yet. For week 2, which was last week, we talked about Rebecca, right? Rebecca was the one who married Isaac, right? She the one that took that unexpected, unknown journey, right? She didn't know what was going to come. She didn't know what was going to happen. She never knew this man, she ended up having 2 sons that was bumping heads. One didn't like one more than the other. All these different things that she went through, the family dynamics and stuff like that. So we talked about Rebecca. If you go to Genesis, I think it was 24, chapter 24, 25, it gives you a little background of Rebecca's story as well. Okay, so this week we're going to be talking about, again, we're going to be talking about Elizabeth, right? Embracing faith and unexpected blessings. So this is who we're going to be talking about today, Elizabeth, right? And one thing I want to point out to y'all is that each and every one of these women that I have picked, I personally picked these 12 women out the Bible because, again, there's more than 12 women in the Bible. I personally picked these 12 women in the Bible. But one thing that I did not notice is that all the women had they had multiple things in common, right? Their faith was being tested and different things like that. But they had one major thing that they had in common, right? And that thing was not being able to bear children, right? And that's one of the things that I noticed that most of these women that we are going through have mainly in common is that, they had problems bearing children, right? And some of them had children at old age, right? No, so it's I just wanted to point that out to everyone. But yes, Faith Within Her, she's no longer bound. Sorry for the squeakiness in my chair. I need to buy me a new one. But Faith Within Her, she's no longer bound. The 12 women of the Bible. You can get this on Amazon if you would like to follow along, or you can go to my personal website, redosexpressions.com, and you can order the book there. Let me put that website real quick up. And you are more than welcome to go to that website and purchase the book if you would like. Okay. That's the website right there. So you can go to www.readthosexpressions.com and you can purchase Faith Within Her. She's no longer bound. 12 Women of the Bible. So let's go ahead and get cracking, huh? Let's go ahead and read. So let's take that down for a little bit and let's put this back up. Okay. Embracing faith and unexpected blessings. And this is what we're talking about Elizabeth, all right? In the ancient city of Jerusalem, there lived a young woman named Elizabeth. She was known for her unwavering faith and devoutness towards God. Elizabeth was married to a righteous man named Zachary, a priest who served in the temple. Despite their devoutness, Elizabeth and Zechariah faced a significant trial in their lives. They longed for a child but remained childless, a source of deep sorrow for them both. They prayed fervently, seeking guidance and solace from their faith in God. But the years passed without their prayers being answered. During ancient times, infertility was often stigmatized, and barrenness could lead to social obstructization or being looked down upon. Elizabeth endured the emotional pain and social judgment associated with their inability to have children. In that era, having a child at an advanced age was considered highly improbable, if not impossible. Remember that? See, God can open doors that we might think that is impossible to open. In the culture, having children was not just a personal desire, but also an expectation and a fulfillment of societal social norms. The absence of children meant the absence of heirs to carry on the family lineage, which added pressure on Elizabeth and Zechariah. One day, while Zechariah was serving in the temple, an angel of the Lord appeared before him. The angel proclaimed that Elizabeth would conceive and bear a son who would name John. Overwhelmed by the divine message, Zechariah found it hard to believe due to their old age. As a consequence of his of, as a consequence of his disbelief, he was struck temporarily mute until the prophecy came to pass. So because of his disbelief, and he didn't believe it, he was muted. He couldn't speak. He couldn't talk. Meanwhile, Elizabeth continued to hold steadfast to her faith. Embracing the news with joy and gratitude, she trusted in the Lord's plan, believing that nothing was impossible with God. That is Luke chapter 1, 37. For with God, nothing is impossible. For faith remained unshaken despite the doubts and whispers from others in the community about her barrenness and advanced age. Months passed, and true to the angel's word, Elizabeth became pregnant. She praised God for his blessings, marveling at his faithfulness and the miraculous gift of bearing a child in her old age. Could not pronounce that out at all. She found solace in her prayer, thanking the Almighty for his mercy and grace. During her pregnancy, Elizabeth's cousin Mary, who would later become the mother of Jesus, came to visit her. As soon as Mary greeted Elizabeth, the child in Elizabeth's womb leaped for joy, and she was filled with the Holy Spirit. Elizabeth exclaimed with a loud voice, "Bless Mary for her faith and for her being the mother of the Lord." Elizabeth's faith not only sustained her through years of longing, but also enabled her to witness and acknowledge the divine role that her unborn son, John, would play in preparing the way for the Messiah. She raised John with deep devotion and love, teaching him about their faith in the prophecies and the prophecy he was destined to fulfill. When John grew up, he became known as John the Baptist, a great prophet who preached about repentance and prepared the people for the coming of Jesus Christ. Elizabeth's unwavering faith not only granted her the joy of motherhood in her old age, but also played a vital role in fulfilling the divine plan. Her story remains an inspiring testament to the power of faith, patience, and God's timing in answering prayers. Elizabeth's unwavering trust in God's promises serves as an enduring example that believers throughout generations, reminding them that with faith, nothing is impossible in the eyes of God. Right? Nothing is impossible. So, Luke chapter 1, verses 37, for with God nothing shall be impossible. For with God nothing is impossible. Um, so, yes. Is that all right? So if you go to Luke chapter 1, it'll give you a little background about Elizabeth and Zechariah as well. I think we got the book of Zechariah as well that you can read if you would like to go further into it. But Luke chapter 1 really talks about, a little bit how their faith was tested and different things like that, and how they came to conceive a child, conceive John the Baptist and different things like that. So go back and read that. So right now we're going to dive into reflection on Elizabeth. Okay. What happened right there? Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do the reflection on Elizabeth's faith. Okay, so we're going to dive and do the reflection of her faith and different things like that. So reflection on Elizabeth's faith. Elizabeth's faith is an inspiring example of steadfast trust, resilience, and devotion to God despite daunting circumstances and social pressures. Her unwavering belief serves as a profound reflection on faith in several ways. Okay. Number one, perseverance through trials. Elizabeth's faith remained unshaken despite years of barrenness and social stigma. She endured the emotional pain and social judgment associated with infertility while holding on to her belief in God's promises. Her ability to persevere through such adversities showcases the depth of her faith. Number two, trust in God's timing. Elizabeth's story demonstrates patience and trust in God's timing. Despite her advanced age and the seeming impossibility of conceiving, she continued to trust in God's plan. Her faith teaches us that God's timing may not align with our expectations, but it is always perfect. Okay. Number three, submissions to God's will. Elizabeth's acceptance of the angel's message, despite the improbability of becoming pregnant, reveals her submission to God's will. Her humanity and willingness to embrace God's plan, even when it seemed unlikely or challenging, showcase a profound trust in his divine purpose. All right. Number four, praise and gratitude. When she became pregnant, Elizabeth praised God for his blessings. Her response reflects a heart filled with gratitude, acknowledging God's mercy and faithfulness. Her life of gratitude, despite previous hardship, amplifies the power of praising God in all circumstances. Okay. Number five, role in God's plan. Elizabeth played a crucial role in the fulfillment of God's divine plan by being the mother of John the Baptist, who prepared the way for Jesus Christ. Her faith not only impacted her life, but also contributed to the unfolding of salvation history. In essence, Elizabeth's faith serves as an Elizabeth's faith serves as an enduring reminder that faith involves trust, patience, submission, and gratitude, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable challenges. Her story encourages believers to maintain unwavering faith, trusting in God's providence, and remaining steadfast in devotion regardless of life's trials. Elizabeth's life is a testament to the power of faith in God's promises and his ability to bring about miracles in unexpected ways. Okay. That's a reflection on Elizabeth's faith. Okay. She had perseverance through trials. She trusted in God's timing, submissions to God's will, praise and gratitude. She had a role in God's plan. Now we're going to go to, can you relate? Can you relate? Can you relate? Is there someone out there that can relate to her story? Right? Can you relate? And if you can, how can you relate? Tell me, how can you relate to Elizabeth's story, right? How can you relate to Elizabeth's story? Right? Thinking that something is impossible to happen. Something is impossible. And that's why I love Sarah and Abraham's story. But I didn't talk about Sarah because I always talk about Sarah, right? Because I can relate to their story, right? I didn't go to a similar situation, right? But I went through something similar, but I didn't go through what they went through, right? So I always talk about Sarah, so that's why I didn't start off with Sarah. I was really holding that back, but yes, but I can relate. You know, her story is kind of similar to Sarah story, not step by step, but it's kind of similar to Sarah's story, you know. Not really, but she trusted, right? Sarah kind of like, no, I don't think so, right? Sarah was like, I'm too old for this mess. I can't have no baby, right? That's how Sarah was. But Elizabeth, she continued to hold that faith. When she heard it, she embraced it, right? She was like, all right, Lord, you said you're going to do it. All right, I believe in you. I have faith in you. I have trust in you. I know you're going to do it, right? She had that, right? You know, and some of us don't. Some of us like Sarah. Some of us like, what you talking about, right? Even Zechariah was like that. And when he did, he got muted. You know, he couldn't speak no more until, you know, everything came to pass. He couldn't speak. But you know, it's some of us out there that are like that, right? Some of us out there just like, I don't know. I was like that. Trust me. You know, when God came to me and told me to write that book, my first book, My Truth, No More Secrets, I was like, now God, now Father, what are you talking about, right? He was like, it's time to tell your truth. Huh? That's what I should have named it. It's time to tell your truth. It's time to tell my truth. No more secrets. That's what I should have titled it. But yeah, it was, you know, he came to me, you know, during the times where I was facing difficulties, right? You know, on probation, went to jail, you know, and he comes to me and I don't have no money to the bank, no job, no nothing. You know, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to even, you know, help provide for my family, right? And he comes to me talking about, it's time for you to tell your truth. It's time for you to write your book. God, what? Man, I ain't got no money. I owe these people all this money, and you telling me to write a book. I thought it was impossible. Like, I ain't got the money to write no book. Because when I previously looked into becoming an author and writing a book, I was seeing, like, when I was Googling, like 9,000, 5,000, like, you know what I'm saying? Just these outrageous numbers to become an author. And I'm like, I ain't got that type of money. So I dismissed it. And then he comes back around again and tell me it's time to write a book. Like, I ain't got no $9,000. I don't even know where even to begin to even start, or how to start writing a book, how to start telling my testimony, where to even to begin, right? You know, people ain't gonna want to listen to me and different things like this. I don't have the time, and you know, this is what I'm telling myself, right? Just continue to tell myself, because I believe that You know, when God coming to me, I'm like, I'm not trying to hear that. I got 5 kids I gotta provide for. I'm married. I got a rent due. You know what I'm saying? I just got out of, you know what I'm saying, jail. I have to pay $29,000 back, and you talking about writing the book. And I'm on probation. How am I going to write a book? Right? Like, I'm doing 5 years. How is I going to write a book? With what money? What resources? What tools? What implements? How I even start writing the implements? How I even start writing? What I supposed to do? It was just, you know, all over. And there's, you know, it's some of us out there that, you know, that's going through a similar situation like that, right? You're going through a rough time right now. You're facing a difficult challenge right now at this moment, right? And God is instructing us to move in a way that we are kind of like, I don't even think so. It's impossible. And that's why I say Luke chapter 1, verse 37, for with God, nothing is impossible, right? He can open up doors that we feel and we believe that can't be open. And we got to start trusting and believing that the doors that are closed on our end, they open on his end. We have to trust and believe and have faith. We have to be willing to get out our own way and step out of our comfort zone. We have to be willing to stop hiding behind that closed door because we are afraid of the outcome. We don't know that unknown journey, right? That's Rebecca, right? That we don't know that unknown journey. We don't know where that journey going to take us. So we're afraid. So we're going to stay behind that closed door, and then we're going to shout out and holler that it's impossible to open. But it's not impossible to open. The only reason why it's impossible to open because we won't step out our own way. We are afraid of the outcome, right? We don't know what's behind that other door. We don't know what we're getting ourselves into. We don't want to fail. We don't want to be an embarrassment. We don't want people looking upside our head. We don't want people pointing a finger at us. Right? That's why we still behind that closed door, because that's an unknown journey that we refuse to take. That we refuse to take. And we got to step out our own way and allow God to lead us. And that's what Elizabeth did. Elizabeth was like, all right, my Lord said he finna bless me with a child, baby. I might be 99 years old. I don't know how old she was, but I might be 99 years old. But hey, he finna give me a son, baby, and he finna lay the pathway for Jesus Christ. He finna be the right hand man, right? You know what I'm saying? So she had faith, strong faith. She didn't allow not even her husband doubt broke her faith. You hear me? Even his look. No. So yeah. So can you relate? Can you relate? Put it down in the chat. Can you relate? Tell me if you can relate or not. And if you can relate, how can you relate? Give me a story. Give me an example. Give me something, right? How can you relate to this? To any one of them. To Esther, who basically put her life on the line for her people. Rebecca, who basically took an unknown journey, married a man she didn't know nothing about. She didn't know the outcome, or she didn't know she didn't know what the journey going to bring. She didn't know what was going to come. She didn't know what she was going to be faced with. She didn't know none of that. Ended up having kids, bumping heads, right? Then we got Elizabeth, who standing strong on her faith. and Rebecca did too, because she took that unknown journey. Right? Esther did too. Esther went up in there and was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But she went in with a plan. She just didn't bust up in there and run in her mouth. Esther came up with a plan. And when she came up with that plan, she didn't deviate from that plan, right? She didn't take no shortcuts. She didn't try to put no sugar and spice on it. She went in She followed her plan, she executed her plan, and she got the mission done. All in the while could have known that her life could have ended just like that. Just like that. These women, that's why I picked these women. You see what I'm saying? Like, these women showed this courage, showed how their faith was so strong, even though their faith was tested. They was faced with different challenges. They didn't know. Some of them did know and was like, hey, which was Esther, hey, I might lose my life, but hey, I got to protect my people. I got to stand up for my people. I have to stand up for what's right. Even if it means losing my life, I have to stand up for what's right for my people. Right? And that's what she did. That's what she did. And some of us might be in those type of positions right now, right? So again, can you relate? Can you relate to any of these women? So we're gonna go ahead and dive into can you relate? All right. To the women who find that you can relate to Elizabeth's story, you are not alone in your struggles and longings. Elizabeth's journey resonates deeply with those who have faced challenges, disappointments, and social pressures, especially in areas concerning fertility, social expectations, and faith. In her story, you see the resilience of a woman who faced the heartache of bareness and the stigma surrounding it. Despite the pain, she remained steadfast in her faith and trust in God's plan. Her story reminds us that our struggles do not define us, but rather it's our response to them that shapes our character. Okay? Just as Elizabeth experienced moments of doubt and uncertainty, you might also feel weighed down by your circumstances. Remember that your worth isn't determined by social expectations or perceived shortcomings. Your value lies in your uniqueness and the strength you display in navigating life challenges. Elizabeth's story also teaches us about patience and the beauty of God's timing. Sometimes what we seem Sometimes what seems impossible to us is just a step away from becoming a reality in God's perfect timing. Okay? Trust in the process and have faith that things will unfold as they are meant to. Your journey, like Elizabeth, might be filled with unexpected twists and turns, but amidst the uncertainties, hold on to your faith. Embrace your uniqueness in your story, for it is a part of a greater transparency being woven by a loving and purposeful creator. Remember, your story has significance in your faith and can move mountains. Stay strong and patient and be continued and stay strong and be patient and continue to trust in the one who holds your future. Your resilience, just like Elizabeth's, can be a source of inspiration, not only to yourself, but to many others who may be walking a similar path. May you find comfort in Elizabeth's story, drawing strength in her unwavering faith, and may you be encouraged to face your challenge with grace, knowing that you are never alone on this journey. Stay strong, keep the faith, and believe that brighter days are ahead. All right? Amen. 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 All right. So yes. So again, we are reading from Faith Within Her. She's No Longer Bound. The 12 Women of the Bible. This is on Amazon. Forgot I'm on Instagram too, y'all. We got right here. Okay, this is on Amazon, as well as you can go to readthosexpressions.com. Facebook, I have it up there on the screen. Instagram, if you go to my bio, you can click the link and it'll take you directly over to my personal website where you can order your book as well if y'all would like to follow along. Right now, we're on week 3. Next week will be week 4, right? Can you believe that we are already going on week 4 of Faith Within Her, the 12 Women of the Bible. So yes, I'm super excited. So can you relate, right? can you relate to Miss Elizabeth? Right? Can you relate to Miss Elizabeth? Right? Um, it's it's amazing reading the stories of these women's life, and how their faith was tested, the challenges they were going through. It's amazing because again, a lot of us can resonate, right? A lot of us can relate. We might not went through exactly what they went through, but we can relate to similar situations that we might be going through right now, that we might went through in the past, right? But it's up to you to keep moving. Don't allow those things to stop you. Don't allow those things to hinder you from moving forward in life. You have to keep on moving regardless of the challenges that you are faced with, right? Again, he woke you up not because it's morning, but because he's not done with you yet. You still have a mission to complete. You still have assignments to complete. You still have goals to accomplish. And while you're still behind that closed door and afraid to open that door and go to that other side, you won't ever see it. So you have to be able to get out of your comfort zone, get out of your own way, and open that door and go to that other side and start getting what's yours. Start getting what God has for you. He's waiting for you on the other side, and you're refusing to even open that door because you are afraid of what's coming. You are afraid of the unknown journey. You have to take that unknown journey even when you're afraid. That's what's going to make you strong. That's what's going to push you. You don't want to wait till something's getting ready to happen to you or God decide to change some things around like he did in my life, and then you like, oh, I should have did it this way. Oh my goodness. Oh, why do I got to go through this, right? You know, going through probation, right? That was just like, mm, it was it was a challenge, you know. I think I was talking not too long ago. I want to say, was it? I think it was on TikTok. I want to say it wasn't on here, but I was just saying like I'm not even gonna prolong this video because this is a lesson, right? So I don't want it to be too long. But yeah, I think I was talking to TikTok and I was thinking about maybe writing a book of my journey. I think I said I was gonna name it my journey on probation or my journey through I don't know what I said, but by being on probation, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that's on probation, parole. They probably feel like their life is over with. They can't get through the the things that they want them to, want which is us, the probationers, to do and different things like that. And they may feel like, you can't do it. And you may feel like you can't start this or do this or do that. But, that'd be a good book to encourage, my people that's on probation or parole to, start that business, write that book, right? Again, don't allow being on probation to stop you from doing what God has planned for you, because that right there can be all part of God's plan, right? Even when we don't even think that it is part of God's plan, right? Unlike me, I feel like that was all part of God's plan, me and being on probation, him turning my whole life around, doing the 360, doing his big one on me. Because boy, when I went through that in 2019, let me tell you, I wanted to throw in the towel. I wanted to give up. I wanted to commit suicide. I thought my life was over. I thought I was an embarrassment to my family. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to step out of my door. I didn't want to get out of my bed, right? I was going through a lot of emotional distress at the time, okay? Um, so, I can relate to a lot of things that, people go through or going through or went through, and I think that's probably the main reason why I picked psychology to study about. I want to become a therapist. So I got about one more year at my community college, and then I transferred to a 4 year to work on my master's. And I want to become a therapist. I want to be able to help women. I want to be able to help young teen mothers, because I was once a young teen mother, one teen single mother. Yeah, so I want to be able to encourage and motivate and inspire young women to be able to move forward in life, regardless. Just because you have a baby, just because you made a decision that made an impact on your life, does not mean you have to continue to allow it to have an impact on your life. Allow it to stop you or hinder you from moving forward, right? Um, we all make bad decisions. We all make decisions that, and I'm not going to say really bad decisions, right? We all just make decisions that potentially has an impact on our life. And it's up to us to, you know, um, if we want to allow that impact to, if we want to allow that decision to continue to have an impact, which what I mean by that, continue to hinder us from moving forward in life, then that is a decision that we make for ourselves, and we have to understand we cannot get mad at nobody but ourselves, because we are making that decision to allow the things that to allow the previous decisions that we made to continue to hinder us, so we continue to bring those with us in our future and different things like that. So yeah, I just really want to, inspire and encourage young women. That is really, my purpose and my motivation is, not my motivation, my purpose really, and really my why, just, going out here and motivating and encouraging individuals and inspiring, especially women, um, to move through life, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of the challenges in life, and it goes for anybody out there, right? Men or women, right? Just, don't allow life to, life challenges to stop you or hinder you from moving forward. um, and that's why I mainly be on here and encouraging and maybe post a little encouragement or whatever, because that's what I want to do. I want to encourage you to have a good day. I want to encourage you to look at today as a blessing and not as a curse, right? Because sometimes we can wake up and feel like, just waking up is a curse for us, because we continue to going through what we are going through in life, and it seems like it's never going to stop and different things like that. And I want to tell you, trouble don't always last, and God has it planned for you. Just give it all to Him. Anything, any type of distractions, anything that's not in your control, give it to Him and let Him take control of that, so you can, be able to move freely. You have to be able to um, let go of some things that are, hindering you from moving forward, right? And that's why, I came up with, my little merchandise line that I'm continuing to work on, but it's all God's plan. So I'm not even gonna, worry about that. As well as the journal that I had created and published myself. Let it go, let it fly, and testify. Because we have to start letting things go that are hindering us from moving forward. So we can be able to, freely tell our truth, be able to spread our wings, right? Without any type of worrying or what this person might say or anything, right? Um, and testify, right? Testify how God was good. Testify how good God was to you, right? Testify how Jesus was that light through that darkness when you thought that, you couldn't make it, right? Just, giving your praise and your gratitude to the one man that saw you through it and never left you, right? And never turned you or did you wrong. He continued to be by your side, regardless, of our decisions, and regardless of our past, and regardless of whatever, right? Because again, we human and we are not perfect, right? We're going to make mistakes. We're going to make decisions that's going to have an impact on our life, right? We just got to have to be able to understand that we just learn to live with it. Try not to make those same decisions again, try not to make those same mistakes again, and keep on moving and keep on pushing, right? Keep on having that trust, keep on having that faith in God, and and letting things that let things that seem to worry us go, right? But yes. So that is my time, y'all. I don't want to keep y'all too long because I already saying I'm here in almost an hour, which I wasn't planning on being an hour because again, this is like a lesson. So I'm gonna go in StreamYard and kind of shorten the video a little bit because I might want to make some little lesson programs out of these, and I can't do it because I didn't talk through the whole video. But yes, again, thank each and every one of you for coming on live today, and sitting with me almost a whole hour. Thank you. I appreciate it. For the ones that are watching the live and replaying it, right? Thank you for watching it. I really appreciate it. If you find that this message was encouraging and motivating, please share it. Please like it. Because again, this might not be for you. It might be for someone out there. Even if I just touch one person a day, that's all I'm asking, and I love it, right? Even if I get just one share a day, I am grateful and I am thankful for that, right? But like I said before, thank each and every one of you for coming on. Put some purple hearts down there. Make sure y'all engage, okay? Engage, right? Um, and just thank you, right? Thank you for even, blessing me with your presence. And not only that, but taking the time out of your busy day to come on today or even watch the replay. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that. I'm always grateful and thankful for my followers, for my viewers. I might not come on here and say it as much, which I need to, but thank you for everything because right now my video, my message wouldn't be getting heard if it weren't for y'all sharing it and commenting on and taking time out your day, right? Again, like I said, thank you. My name is, for the ones who missed it earlier, author Angelina Rito, aka Coach Rito. Well, my name really ain't Arthur Angelina Rito. It is Angelina Rito, but I had to put that Arthur on it, right? Arthur Angelina Rito, aka Coach Rito. Y'all know my message. Let it go, let it fly, and testify. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day, and I will see y'all next Tuesday. God speak to me here, 9 a.m. Instagram, YouTube, as well as Facebook. Okay, so I will see y'all next Tuesday. Y'all be here, have your coffee. Let's chop it up. Let's talk. Let's engage. And I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed, amazing rest of your week as well as rest of your day. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.